Hello everybody, my name is George and today we're gonna build Negan's favorite zombie and human slayer, Lucille. The technique used for this build involves extensive contact with sharp and glowing hot wires, so before starting any work, equip yourself with gloves and glasses. Simple garden thick gloves and conventional glasses will do. Be careful, and if you have no experience with some methods used further in the video, consider adults' help. So the build is special because we're gonna use the bottle and some plastic to make the bat itself. We're not going to buy it. I'm using 2 liters bottle with a smooth surface, and now I'm going to cut the extra parts which are rounding up on the ends to get the smooth paper-like material, which I can then roll and get any diameters of tube from it. Here is the spare material I need only this roll, which I can again roll as thick as I need, and it is going to be quite tough if you're going to make it narrower. And you can use this to make the tube as long as you need. Just insert smaller parts into the thicker parts and you will get one consequent stick. But I do not have such amount of bottles to spare, and I was lucky enough to find this piece of plastic, so I'm going to use this instead of bottle built stick, which is a triangle in the cross section and is a little bit longer than necessary, so I'm gonna cut it and make it shorter, and then use the bottles to roll on the handle to make it round shaped. So here you can see that I have narrowed it down on the end for handles, which was thicker than necessary again. So now I'm going to use bottle sheets and roll it with it to make the handle round shaped. Also the cut has damaged some integrity of the stick, and I'm going to use duct tape to strengthen it up at the same time to make it rougher. Here you can see that I have already attached the bottle plastic on it, and it is rounder and quite sturdy, to be honest. I have put some papers in between the places where it was not tight enough to make it really tight and really nice. Here you can see the attachment process. I use duct tape to attach the one side of the sheet on the stick and then roll it over, and it makes quite good attachment and quite good shape for the stick handle. Here is the finished handle part, which is quite raw, rigid and quite nice looking, I wanna say, and it is thickening up on the top side as the shape of the bat does. Now I need to find some cardboard or plastic material to cover the top part of the bat. Again, I do not want it to be rigid enough to break someone's bones. It is just for a cosplay. Here you can see the material I used. It is just a foam like plastic. You can use just a simple cardboard on anything, which is going to give you thickness and not as much rigidness. I just covered several layers of it. As you can see here, I'm using the same technique, just rolling them on the stick itself and then covering with the duct tape. Here you can see the process. You need to be quite careful to make it quite nice tight rolls, otherwise there is going to be an air bubble in between and it's going to make it really unpleasant and not very good looking. So now I'm using some duct tape to make it tighter and to eliminate any kind of free space inside the foam. Here you can see the finished version. It is quite nice. It already has the bat shape, but still you can see the transitions between the thicknesses are not as smooth as it should be. So I'm gonna use knife to cut the extra parts out, and also quite tight wrapping with the duct tape is gonna do the work. Also I need to attach the bottom portion, which is going to be like hand protection for not slipping and stuff. Here you can see the finished version. I have used all above mentioned techniques and made the bottom part is made by small and narrow strips of the foam. I have wrapped them around the bat and then used the duct tape to stick them together. In my opinion, it looks quite nice. It really has the shape of the bat, and I really spent not so much time doing this. It is really good idea if you are on the budget and just need a cosplay style of bat. So here you can see the bat which is already painted into the brown, as close to the wood color as I could. And also I have used some steel wire, hot steel wire, to cut through the bat itself to make openings for the wire attachment on the bottom and also on the top side. The unfortunate fact is that the paint is not dry at all. It takes a really long time to dry, so I can't wait for it, and I'm going to use the wire to cover it right now. So here you can see the sharp portion of the barbed wire, the one piece of it. I have used actually aluminum for this, and as you can see, it is quite thick, but in fact this is the plastic which is covering the aluminum, narrower aluminum itself, so it is very easy to bend it, and looks like it is quite thick material for the real barbed wire as it is on the movies. So you can work with it. It is not as dangerous and do not hurt the fingers as much as the real wire, because it's covered with the plastic. So technique is quite simple here. You just take quite rigid, here is the steel wire, and hold it on the one end where the point is going to stick out, and then wrapping it tighter around the steel wire itself to make the shapes. You can wrap as many times as you wish. I just used 2 or 3 times in my technique, as I do not have this wire long enough for more luxurious wraps. And after you're finished, you just cut it out. As you can see, the plastic portion has torn off from this part, but I'm gonna just take it off. It's not a big deal. So you got the sharp portion of the wire, and you just put it inside, and it looks quite legit. I am very happy with this result. It's not the real steel, but looks like a steel barbed wire, which it's not sticking together here, but I'm gonna think about something. So here is the old barbed wire part I need to cover the bat with. I'm very happy with this result. It was not as time consuming as I thought it would be, because of the not as sharp and not as stiff wire, and also the technique I used to attach those sharp parts on it is quite simple. As you can see, if you take the both sharp points and push them on the outside, it is going to make the hole inside wider, and you can easily put it in, and then just close it, and it's gonna stick quite well on the main wire itself. And so here is the finished up version of it. I just put one hand on the handle and then wrap it with the barbed wire. As you can see, because of the paint, the wire have taken a whole bunch of it from it, but fortunately it is not on the wire itself. I'm gonna just use some red paint on the further when the brown is dried to cover all those holes in between and make it more like gruesome looking. So that's it, the Negan's bat Lucille. It looks quite nice next to my camping tools. You can go to my Facebook page, where I'm going to post the finished and dried and covered version of the bat. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed this project, which is a new cosplay crafting videos I'm going to follow up. If so, give a like down below, and if interested, go and see my other sculpture crafting videos. Have a nice day and see you next time. Goodbye.